Hi, I'm going to show you a few common household items I reuse to grow seeds with in my garden, and it's really great because it's cheap, you've got it all on hand. It's good for the environment because it stops things being going to landfill, and it's easy. So the first one is really obvious, but Paddlepop sticks. I keep all of these. I love Magnum Egos, I love eating them, and I love the Paddlepop sticks too, because I always think, I'll remember what seeds I put in that pot, and I never remember. So they're good to just pop in your pot, write down what you planted. Paddlepop sticks, great to eat, great for your garden. The next one is newspapers. I keep all the newspapers, and they're really good. You can rip them up into small pieces, and they're good to sprinkle in your worm farm if you have one, for bedding for your worms. Otherwise, I've posted a video on how to fold them into little pots, so I'll put the link to it here. But then you can fold your own little newspaper pots. So these are really great. They're obviously plastic free, and then when your plant is ready to pop into the garden, you can just plant the whole thing in. You don't have to disturb the roots, and the paper just breaks down. So newspaper pots, I love doing these. Another one is, which is super probably common, egg cartons. So I just rip the top off, put it underneath, and then I can grow some seeds in here. I do find that the egg cartons dry out a bit quicker than like the little bio pots, so you do need to look after them more, but if you're willing to do the work. And this little spot can be really good for writing what you planted in them too. So egg cartons, and you can see here I've planted some lettuce seedlings, and these are nearly ready to go in the garden. So then you just rip off one little egg carton shell, pop that in the garden, the roots go through the egg carton, and you can just plant the whole thing. So egg cartons are really handy as well. Another thing are these strawberry plastic containers, or you can get kiwi fruit in them sometimes. So you can use these a couple of ways. If it's cold temperatures overnight, or you just want to make a little mini greenhouse, you can fit half an egg carton in here, or some little bio pots, and then you've got your own little greenhouse for your plants. Another thing you can do is, because it's got drainage holes, I just line it with a little bit of newspaper, pop some potting mix in, and then you can just use that as a little pot itself. So they're really handy as well. Another thing which I've just recently started to use, which are great, are these big plastic meat trays. So I just rinse them out, and these ones don't have drainage holes in them because they obviously had like raw chicken in them. But I use those then to pop any seeds that I've got growing in, any little pots. And if I'm going away for a couple of days, you can put some water in the bottom, and it just is like a little dish, self-waters them. As well, I've started to pop my seeds inside if it's going to be cold overnight. So I just pop this straight on top of my kitchen cabinet. It's up high, and then no water or yucky stuff drops down into your kitchen. Bonus. So yeah, these meat trays I'm finding really handy. And another thing I've just started doing with those is I've just started planting directly into them. So I've lined it with newspaper again, just so that when it's ready, I can easily get my plants out. And because they don't have the drainage holes, I just make sure I really don't water it much at all, because I don't want to have big pools of water sitting at the bottom, and that would rot. So I've actually noticed here this morning, I planted about 12 sunflowers in here, and I will take them apart once they start germinating, but I've got a couple of sunflowers starting to come up already. So plastic meat trays, also handy. There's heaps of stuff you can use to help you in your garden. You've got it already, it's probably in your bin, it's free. Or like a little glass jar, this was a jam jar, and a little glass jar terrariums. So if you've made something cool with your household items, I'd love to see you. Please tag me, Plot Australia, and make sure you follow along for more gardening tips. Thanks. Bye.